This is the ceiling of wilderness construction. The man cut down the entire forest. In the ice and snow of -30°C, using mortise and tenon joinery throughout, he built a top-notch wooden villa by hand. Glenn, who doesn't follow the usual path, entered the mountains in the ice and snow. To give his daughter a perfect home, he first spent 7 days collecting wood. Each piece of wood was carefully selected. Such a house will give you a sense of security. He first outputted a series of actions against the wood. When the wood was about to give way, he took advantage of its unpreparedness to charge at it. After removing the extra branches, dead, first gave the tree a whitening service. Just like that, Glenn didn't rest. Over the next few days, he repeatedly went through this process, meticulously processing each log, until each log was smooth and fine. He made sure each log had a diameter of over 50 centimeters. Working in the winter was certainly cold, but the thought of a home for his daughter instantly energized him. But moving so many logs is a problem. This didn't stump Glenn. He used this felled tree stump and drilled a hole in it, then inserted an iron pipe. Then he chiseled a hole in another stump and inserted a wooden stick in the middle, so that the iron pipe could be firmly stuck in. Now all you need to do is wrap a rope around it. It's a winch that can pull 1,000 pounds. The next morning, he secured the odd end of the logs. His wife also came to help, pushing together. During the process, the logs also needed to be dragged one by one to the designated location. However, fortunately, he put some logs at the bottom. This will reduce a lot of resistance. Doesn't look easy. In fact, it's quite difficult. With so much good quality timber. Next, it's up to Glenn to give it his best. But before that, he needs to make a handy workbench first. He is seen expanding the drilled holes, then using the axe to chop, sharpening each log, so they can be inserted respectively, and tamped with a wooden hammer. Thus a solid tabletop is obtained. With a handy workbench, processing logs is a piece of cake. However, the meticulous Glenn still has prepared a slabber and a highly precise bracket. Such a wonderful video. Must be matched with a limited edition peripheral to add to the fun. Recently, I just found a bargain on Shein. I waited for the sold-out Labubu Shein homepage. Click to understand the price trend. There is also a chance to find hidden models. For collectibles bargains, go to Shein first. Shein is really amazing. Don't look at Glenn's strong physique. His meals are also different. Flour, ham, and carrots mixed together, put into the pot to cook. After 19 minutes, you can eat fresh pizza. After replenishing calories, the sky has completely darkened. Glenn didn't rest. He continued to use the chainsaw to align the uneven tree stumps. These remaining tree roots are the best load-bearing columns. The second day of carrying, he also pre-buried several sturdy logs, and the bottom has been carbonized. This way, the prepared planks can be transported over one by one. Thanks to Glenn, years of weightlifting and transporting hundreds of pounds of wood is no problem. Soon, the planks were placed on the corresponding columns. Even a 1 centimeter error needs to be marked. Then the excess parts have to be sawed off. After using the string to make it very neat, now you just need to drive in the 20 centimeters long screw rod between the tree trunk and the stake. You can make them firmly fixed together. Soon, under Glenn's orderly arrangement, a very solid foundation frame is completed. He is meticulous. The corners need to be sanded. From this hub, you can see that the area of the shelter is not small. After fixing the joints with screws to make sure everything is foolproof, Glenn found a sturdy log and used a ruler to draw marks. This way, the corresponding grooves can be cut. With the cooperation of the couple, they quickly chiseled out more than a dozen grooves. Now, they just need to slot them in to get a very solid frame. It looks very neat from above. Then, they lay the processed wooden boards flat on the frame one by one. The meticulous man even uses a level to level it. Even if it's more than a millimeter, they have to refine it with a leopard tool. As the wooden boards are continuously laid, they quickly get a complete platform. It's not over yet. Today, he specially brought a backup power supply. He uses the charged polisher to continue polishing the entire frame. This makes the whole thing look cleaner. In order for the wooden house to last for 100 years, Glenn has also prepared the protective coating. He applies it from top to bottom, and from the inside out. At the same time, it can also provide a place to live. Considering that they will often move logs in the future, Glenn simply made a simple triangle bracket. He fixed a pulley chain to the top. In this way, the logs weighing about 100 kilograms can be easily moved. It can be seen that the couple are also working hard for this new home. Every step requires perfection, whether it's the carving of the groove or the structure of the mortise and tenon. Both are easily handled by the couple. Soon, under their orderly arrangement, the pillars leading upwards are slowly taking shape. The meticulous Glenn even uses a level for measurement, to make sure there are no problems. To make the future construction clearer, he made a visual model the next day. I have to say, Glenn's craftsmanship is top-notch. Now the basic frame is almost completed. Next, he can remove the tenon from both ends of the logs. But that's not enough. He uses tools to carve a groove on both sides of the wood. After it's done, he starts to build upwards. Glenn, who majors in landscape design, really has skillful hands. Save all. He uses the mortise and tenon structure he learned from us to the fullest on this wooden house. so each pillar can be easily inserted, forming an unbreakable wall. Watching the couple cooperate so well, the wife continues to carbonize the logs with spray paint. Glenn continues to process the wood with a chainsaw. In the next time, Glenn continues to insert the remaining pillars, and each pillar has to be fixed with a hammer. Make sure it lands securely. Then the beams can be installed. Each log is marked for mortise and tenon joints. Then use tools to find the corresponding holes. Then, by pulling with the pulley system, they can be accurately fitted. The joints are then reinforced with screws. After finishing all this, he begins to build the second floor. But first, what needs to be done is at both ends of the keel. Design a trapezoidal tenon. Use a chainsaw for accurate cutting. Combine the beams with grooves with the tenons. You can get a perfect frame. Feeling the design is almost done. The next step is to install them separately. Until he worked into the night, Glenn didn't rest either. He continued to work late into the night. It has to be said, only someone who demands perfection can create such an exquisite wooden villa. As winter approaches, snow covers the earth and the trees. This adds considerable difficulty to his construction. Fortunately, the second floor keel is almost ready. Now he just needs to polish the sturdy beams, then carve corresponding grooves at both ends. This way, it can be completely sturdy. With this level of sturdiness, this house can definitely last for generations. And to be on the safe side, he used 20-meter long threaded rods to reinforce it. After finishing these, his good friends came to his aid in a timely manner. They brought a large number of wooden boards to make the second floor floor. Just looking at the thickness of the boards, you know these friends are reliable. Although Glenn doesn't lack with the most, having ready-made wood is still very helpful. After all, he can build the house faster, so he can give his little daughter a warm home. For this reason, he specially reserved a spacious space for the front door, for his little daughter to play. This also prevents him from having time to rest. After all, as the head of the family, he still can't stop. He sanded these heavy wooden boards again, then installed them one by one. The work looks simple, but it's not actually simple. After all, he has to complete a huge project by himself. This is a race against time and endurance. Now it looks spacious and generous from the inside. It's still snowing outside, but it doesn't stop Glenn from reading. He uses books to cultivate his sentiments during his leisure time. With certain dimensions, second grooving. Third, turn the logs. Fourth, hit the scorpions. Following this process, the sections on both sides of the front door can be installed, and each log is without error. They can all be perfectly connected. Watching the sky gradually darken, Glenn plans to sleep in the attic today. After all, he has a home to settle down in. Then he lit a fire in the winter. He also casually puts the food on to fry, because he has mastered the essence of Chinese cuisine. Every meal must have fried dumplings. Fried until golden brown on both sides, he can enjoy today's delicious food. When he wakes up the next day, the sky is still snowing. He also started to continue the unfinished work. He is indeed the most meticulous man in the wild. If there is the slightest gap between the logs, he will use the chainsaw to repolish them, to ensure that the groove can perfectly fit. And he also needs to plan the blueprints very clearly, so that he can understand every step. In Glenn's focused and patient repetition, front door walls were soon almost built. These remaining 100 or so logs, Glenn uses as the materials for the second floor. For this, he specially processed a lot of wooden boards. Since the second floor is relatively high, he specially called a friend today to help him decorate the elevated part of the second floor with suitable columns. Now it's only necessary to chisel out grooves at both ends of the logs. The second floor walls are also made in the same way. The logs are stacked up one by one, and a groove must be cut into each log. Soon, a wall half a person's height is built. As for the roof construction, you can tell from the blueprints he planned. This is a sloping roof. This type of roof is simple to install and very practical. It can also effectively filter the accumulation of rain and snow. Now you just need to grind each rafter and chisel a triangular notch at each end. Then it can be accurately stuck on the corresponding beam. The distance between each rafter is just right. Glenn installed 10 rafters in a row. From the front, it already looks like a villa, and it's exactly the same as the model. The young man is really energetic when he works, a true expert. First, he arranged all the OSB boards. Not only is it well insulated, but it is also not easily deformed. After cutting it into the required size, then cover the entire roof, and reinforced with 10-centimeter steel nails, ensuring the boards can stay up there for a lifetime. Soon, with Glenn's focused and patient repetition, the entire roof construction was completed. Now, whether viewed from the front or the side, it has already reached the peak of its aesthetics. As winter turns to spring, Glenn spent more than 100 days and nights, and his construction skills have become even more refined. Today, he starts to install the floor-to-ceiling windows in the reserved positions. Considering the issue of safety, Glenn still plans to use transparent acrylic instead of glass. This material is not only not easily deformed, but its light transmission is also very good. To make it more secure, he immediately processed some edge strips, and began to seal the edges and corners. make the whole look more coordinated. It can be seen that Glenn is also quite satisfied with his work. After installing the last acrylic panel, Glenn brought in the fireproof patches he had prepared. Then he found a quiet corner to plan the approximate outline. He began to install a brand new fireplace inside. But before installing it, he still had to make a flue. Thanks to the help of Lu Ju, his notching work went very smoothly. Then he connected the chimney. Considering the fire issue, the joints have to be insulated with materials. Now, the work of installing the chimney is considered complete. Glenn immediately went to chop some wood. As usual, ignite dry wood. To raise the temperature inside, Glenn conveniently boiled a pot of spring water for himself, to make himself a cup of coffee. In the wooden house he built himself, the two were very sweet.